go back in the 1980s. And unfortunately, your last statement is partially true. It is a blessing for the Muslims, but unfortunately, with the $3 billion a year halal industry, the majority of it is being produced by non-Muslims.
That's right.
In the state of Minnesota, we wrote legislation so that can't be done, at least in that state, which is the largest turkey producer in the world. However, we need to do that across the country. At the same time, have people like Brother Rahim. I'm no longer in the halal business, but have people like that who can step in. If we're going to push these other people out who are counterfeiting halal, we need to have Muslims step in. Unfortunately, like I said, the metric tons, and how I know it came up because when I was in the halal business back in the 80s, a Jewish man approached me and wanted to buy from ConAgra offal, which is the heart, liver, kidneys. And he wanted to ship it to Egypt, he wanted to ship to Saudi Arabia, he wanted to ship to Kuwait. He gave me the metric tonnage that goes there every year. Because it's high in protein but low in cost. And he said, Saudi Arabia 15 million metric tons, Kuwait 30 million metric tons, Egypt 45 million metric tons. And he said, you know it all can't be halal. Because Muslims don't own that kind of plants to produce it.
Right.
And so what he wanted was a halal certificate. He wanted me as the imam in that area to be able to sell him a halal certificate. We have imams who will sell halal certificates, who will undercut the Muslim community for a few small dollars to do that. So what I'm asking for is supporting you, Brother Rahim, but supporting all Muslims who are doing that to also help to force out those who are not doing it right.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things that we've been able to look at as a group, we met with Brother Rahim, and we know his process is going to 100% halal. Not no joke about that.
Right.
And there's one other brother, I think, his is halal too, right? Yeah, I mean, we know about the artificial and all that kind of stuff. And this is why we're glad this brother's here. Because he can, and he started out with the imam with the meat over there.
Right.
And so we know that he's saying it's halal. He know what halal is. He know what our standards is. And we don't have to worry about that. And that's what we want to get to the point we don't have to worry. But what we got to do, he can't give you the name of the business. But that shouldn't be a reason we don't do business with it. You know, sometimes we'll do that. Well, he couldn't even tell us the name of the business. So what? We got the halal chicken. We don't care. Let me see. Let me get the brother Red, then I'll go right back to you. Right there. Yeah.
That's all right.
I like my slum.
I like to.
We're ready to go.
What can we do as a community in Chicago area to come together collectively and start a small exchange, a fish place, something collective to start growing so we can go into the business world? We have to start somewhere.
Right.
And right now we don't have nothing on the ground floor. So we need to start producing something. And say we got a restaurant and so many brothers came together. Each one of us worked there and kept the money rolling, A couple months we could open up another restaurant, and another restaurant, and another restaurant. Then we have something to build on. Then we might be able to reach out and get to real estate or something. But we have to come together, collect at a table, and come together. What can we start in?
Yeah. Well, see, let me stop right there for a minute, not to cut you off. Is to say, just like Brother said, first thing, but you have to start with trusting each other. I mean, if we don't love each other, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know, we keep on letting these divisions come in. He gonna cheat me out of my money. He gonna do this. See, our problem. We've been divided, and we've been divided around a lot of different factors. It could be who have more money, who don't, who have prestige, who don't, who have who here, who don't. You know, all them kind of things kill us. Now, if the 4 or 5 brothers have an interest to do that, they like we say among ourselves, leave your ego at the door. You can't come in no rap with us and then you get all tender. Somebody hurt your feelings because they say something that ain't in agreement with you. But that's the nature of the talk. We need to have pure talk. We can't be talking baby talk at the level we talking about. And that's the same thing with people going in business. You going in business, y'all need to get established up front. I love you and I'm going to love you even if I'm hating. But I'm still going to love you. And we're going to talk about the business in a way it may not make you feel good sometimes. See, that's what kills business most of the time. You said something to me I didn't like. You didn't let me have my work. I want my money back. When you going to give me? You got to get that resolve coming in. Because if you go in there and don't have that kind of understanding among yourself. So that's number one. Because the next thing people got to do, they got to sacrifice their money. Somebody got to come out their pocket. There is no hot free lunch anymore. Never have been. You got to go in your pocket. Somebody got to say, I got 1,000, I got 2,000, whatever they got to put that on the table. If you don't have those kind of people around you that's willing to do that, then you need to back away from it. I'm going to give you a personal example. I got a son, he's a movie producer out in California. He's doing 6 sequels for a weekly television show. He came to me and said, well, look, I need some money. I said, okay, I'll give you the money, but you got to bring me a business plan and a business structure. See, he came because I was his daddy, and he thought that I was just going to give it to him. I know. But then why would I put him out there like that? Because I know somewhere along the line, if he go for some more money somewhere else, he's going to have to be ready.
That's right.
And that's the same thing we should do with each other when we go into business.
That's right.
We can't keep on making these business go and on a word of mouth. And then when they fall apart, we all run out different ways. We get mad at each other. And then we go spread that all over the community because I'm mad at somebody. There's nothing wrong with having business structure. And I think if you have that, you can get the investment and the brothers can work together. The other thing is you got to have a common idea. You know what they say about the elephant? Everybody can run up and feel the elephant, and all of them would describe the elephant from based on the part that they felt. You can't go into business like that. It might be a good place to start, but at some point you got to all agree on what the elephant feel like or look like. And once you do that, I think you get the cohesiveness that's required to have business. I said, Brother Khalil was up there in Fort Wayne. Where were we at? Fort Wayne, somewhere, Indiana, somewhere. And my favorite thing, you know, business is a full participation sport. You got full contact. It is full. Don't you think you can come out here playing lightweight and ain't nobody going to touch you and you ain't going to feel the pain. No, it is full contact. And you got to be ready for that. And you got to have the external veneer to be able to take whatever the blunt of the business is and stay focused on what your goal is and wind up getting to the place you want to get with your partners or either by yourself. That's the only advice I give. You know, and I wish I could tell it to you another way. But this is the way it goes. And I think too many times people done gave us an illusion about how this game is actually played out. You know the Mexicans done took our place.
That's right.
Now, I don't want to say that as a racist thing. We can't go back to harvest and fruit and get the money no more. They doing that. Right. You can't clean the houses no more. They getting that. Allah has forced us to have to grow ourselves to a bit different business expression. We need to accept that. This is not business as usual anymore. When we step out saying we represent Imam W.D. Mohammed, don't you know they looking for Muslims that's qualified to work on the world stage? They ain't looking for no nanny-panty, head rag and walking in there talking about give me a hand out. No, they looking at somebody that look like him. I wish I could tell y'all the story when we went to Maya. Y'all know what the Maya story is? Yeah. Shoot, man, y'all should have seen Imam up in there dealing with my big corporation. He said, no, I want halal stores. I said, okay, I got a corporation, got stores all over the western part of the United States. We went to the headquarters and met with them. The only thing that broke down was the brothers on the other side, but on our side, we had our business locked down. So the man met with them. And you know the man sitting there got to talking to the head of Maya store. They agreed to put a halal section in every Maya store in Midwest Michigan, including Chicago, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. It was 5 different states they were going to start out with. Special halal section just for halal. And while we were sitting there and the man was talking, to make sure that they weren't playing no mental game with him, he gave them a khutbah for about 20 minutes. He had them sitting up there. I was shocked, man. I'm sitting up there. I'm thinking, man, he about really ready to turn these people up. By the time he got through, they said you can design them anywhere you want them, and we'll have them in every store, and we will make a commitment to expand to 5 more stores whenever you say that. Can you imagine that? So I'm telling you, why did I tell you that story? So when you think about our leader, he didn't go weak. He took the fullness of his personality and wherever he went. And when he stood, he talked to me the same way. If he didn't like, he'd tell me, no, I don't like that. He didn't get soft with you talking about, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you. I don't like that. I ain't going to do that. He'll tell you that in a minute. No, you got to go do something. Take this back and go rework that and then come back. So, yeah, I got it. So I just want to share that with you because, see, part of what we need is we need that spirit. Y'all, the businessman, what we're talking about, is almost like the pioneer that went across the desert. When the going got rough, he didn't turn back and run to the East Coast. He kept that mule going, and they died by the thousands trying to get to the West Coast. Sometimes we got to be willing and ready to make that sacrifice to get there. Oh yeah, the brother over here. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but y'all got to have this spirit. Well, we got to go get it. Let's go.
No, you need to talk more, man, because, you know,
That's right.
you give us a real tutorial right now. I think everybody's feeling this.